So I was just sitting here working on some new design ideas and listening to some Alice Cooper, which, by the way, I saw him in concert last night and it was unbelievable, incredible. Go see him if you have a chance. It's my first time and it won't be my last. But I was thinking horror is unlike any other genre that I know of. I mean, as horror fans, we love these movies. I mean, where else do you get that kind of passion in film? I mean, I know you can be a horror buff and you can like comedies and dramas and things like that, but we have conventions. I mean, we love getting together and talking about them and just sharing our love for these movies. And the cool thing is I think we all have a sort of similar story when it comes to why we love these movies. And I thought, you know, why don't I share mine? I mean, everyone's got one, right? I mean, whether it's, you know, you're 5 years old and you were locked in a room by your dad to see Dawn of the Dead, or you're sneaking over your friend's house to see Texas Chainsaw Massacre and it totally changed your life, right? So I thought, I'm going to share mine with you guys and, you know, let me know what you think. So my story starts on Halloween night, appropriately enough, in 1981. I was 4 years old and I was trick-or-treating with my brothers and my sister. And I remember I was wearing this devil costume my mom made. It had been passed down through my brothers and then my sister and then me. I was the youngest. And it was this like red felt costume, had like this tail, you know, and the horns and the whole bit. And I remember we were walking home and my parents drove up and they just pulled up and they said, hey, we're going to go to the Garfinellos around the corner for a little party. The Garfinellos were friends of the family and they owned a deli around the corner. So I think my brothers went home because I don't remember them going with us. But my sister and I hopped in the car and we went around the corner to the party. And like I said, they own this deli and they own the whole building. So they lived in it, they lived above it, and they had this room in the back, kind of set up like a living room. And it's funny, I remember you had to go through the store to get to it, and it was kind of a dank room. I remember it smelled like a basement, like musty, kind of old mop water, that kind of thing. But, you know, it was cozy. And I remember we got in there, and their daughter was actually my sister's age, so they just went off to go and hang out and play, whatever. And my parents sat down and hung out with their friends, and I was kind of left by myself. So I sat down and I started going through my candy, and I thought, you know, alright, what are we going to do now? So I was going through, taking stock of what I got, getting rid of all the crap, you know, the Biddo honeys and all those things that no one ever eats. And so, you know, 10 minutes later, I'm done, you know, I'm sitting there twiddling my thumbs, so I thought, alright, let's go home. So I tugged at my mom's sleeve and I said, Mom, you know, we go home now? And she's like, no, we just got here, you know, go watch TV. Just go hang out and watch TV and, you know, we'll go when we're ready. Okay, so go watch TV. Sure, that sounds like a good idea. So I remember walking across the room and the Garfinello's older son, he was a few years older than me, so you know, he wasn't going to hang out with me, but he was sitting next to the TV, clicking through the channels, and I just kind of, I remember sitting right down kind of next to him, right in front of the TV. I don't think I was maybe 3 feet away from that thing. And I remember he clicked on this one channel, and I think there was a commercial or something, and the screen went black. And all of a sudden I heard this dun 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 dun, and I was like, whoa. And up came this jack-o'-lantern, and it just said Halloween, and I was like, this is crazy. Like, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Like, the music just got me, and all I remember after that was just sitting there for 2 hours straight. I don't even think I took my eyes off the TV once, not even during the commercials. I was just so mesmerized by it. And the funny thing is, I don't remember being scared by it. I just remember being completely transfixed. I mean, I think I was probably too young to be scared by it, actually. I just sat there, mesmerized. And I remember when it was over and, you know, we went home, and to be honest, I don't remember much of the rest of the night, but from that moment on, I was hooked. I mean, that was it. And not only did I want to see that movie again and again and again, but I wanted to see more horror movies. And it kind of started this whole chain of events, me sneaking downstairs to watch Night of the Living Dead in the middle of the night. And I remember on Fridays they would show horror movies on channel 31, it was like Fox. And I would sneak down to the basement and watch them in every commercial. I'd run upstairs because I was getting scared. And even Halloween, later on in life, as I got a little older, you know, 8, 9 years old, that started to scare me even more. But that movie always was my favorite. And it still is. It's still my favorite movie of all time, as you can see. And I just love it. So that's my story. That's what got me into these films, and that's what got me to be selling these horror shirts. I just love it. I love the genre, and I know you do too, and I know you've probably got a similar story, so why don't you share it? Why don't you post a comment below, let me know what you think of my story, post your own story, I'd love to hear it, and have a great and safe Halloween this Friday. Thanks.